Editing Tina here. So we put some new tech onto my camera to try it out. And in the process of doing that, the recording program, OBS, did not like it. And it recorded two voice tracks. One is on track, the other one is off, and it creates like this weird echo. So, since everything is already recorded, I'm going to be voice-overing the majority of this video. So if my words are off of what you're seeing, that's why. And I'm going to try and remember everything that I said in those points. But please still watch this video. It's a very good video. I think you will enjoy it. And I'm trying to not have it be too long so that you can sit and enjoy it. So, on to recording, Tina. Today we are going to break into my stash. I have a lot of fleece. These totes back here, these are all fleece. And that's not even all of it. There is another little stack right there. And we are specifically going for one thing today. I watch Yente, which is Ming Wolden's YouTube channel, and she uses Zwartbles quite often, and I will link her below. I do not know if I'm saying that right. Zwartable, Zwartbles. I've heard it said different ways. Not sure which way is right, but it's when you look at it, it says Zwartable. Anyway, we are going to use some Zwartable that I happen to have. It was given to me, and I thought when I was being told what it was, I thought people were crazy. I didn't know there was a sheep that was called a Zwartable. But anyway, we have some. I have 2 balls. Each one is 4 ounces. And we are going to try and spin that today. And if I have time after we spin it, we are going to knit it. So I'm introducing you to my spinning wheel. This is Elizabeth. She is an Ashford Elizabeth, hence her name. And she is the spinning wheel I learned on, and she does not get enough love. So we're going to give her some love today, and we are going to spin the Zwartbles on her. So I got into my fleece and fiber source book and looked up the information on Zwartbles, and it says definitely outerwear material. It is suitable for durable, everyday garments and household textiles. So it is a very coarse fiber. It has a 4 to 5 inch staple length, so it has a really nice long staple length. And it can technically be dyed, but being as dark as it is, there's not really a reason to dye it. I'm going to introduce you to one of my other wheels. This is my Frick, and he's a very stubborn wheel, so I do not use him very often. The only time I really ever use him is because I am plying, and the bobbins are a lot bigger than any of my other wheels, so I can get more onto them. And since my 2 bobbins that I filled are full here, I decided that we would use the Frick. And we are going to ply these now, and hopefully they will all fit onto here. I'm not guaranteeing it. I actually only spun 1 ball, so this is 4 ounces, 2 on each, and I did that on accident. So let's see how this yarn comes out. So here's the finished yarn, and it had a lot of VM in it, and I was picking it out as I went. I was picking it out as I knitted. I'm sure I'll still be picking it out for a while to come, but other than that, it knitted really nice, or knitted. It spun really nicely, and there's a little bit of inconsistency in my size, and I think that's really just because as I was stopping to pull VM out, I was getting more twist in those sections, and yeah, going back and forth. But I was aiming for a worsted weight yarn, and there is, in looking at it on the different levels, go right way. There we go. It could probably be considered anywhere from a worsted to an Aran, depending on where you look at it on here, but I'm going to treat it as a worsted weight, and that's what I'm going to knit it as. So I'm going to use this with a contrasting color, and this is some alpaca that I spun when I was first learning to spin. So we definitely have some inconsistencies here because this one's a little bit better, but it's a lot earlier in my knowledge of spinning. But it's soft. It's nice and soft, and the color was actually done with geranium flowers. There's the regular color, and I used geranium flowers to dye that. So I think that color will look nice with this, and this will be soft because what I want to do is actually do a hat, and I'm going to use the alpaca for the brim because this is the only part that's actually going to be touching my skin. The rest will be against my hair, so that's not going to, the itchiness, the coarseness of this, because this is definitely not against the skin fleece. So this will be against my hair and it won't bother me, but this will be what's actually touching my skin here. So my idea is, and I will link these in the comments below or the description below, I'm using Basic Beginner's Hat by Maggie Billings. So I have a basic simple hat pattern, and like I said, I will do the brim in the alpaca, and then I am using this chart, which is from another pattern, and these are both free patterns, so this I will also link below. And I'm going to repeat the spinning wheel 4 times around the hat. So it's going to have the brim and the wheel in the alpaca, and then the rest of it's going to be in the Zwartbles. So that's what I'm going to do. And my idea is, because I have not given this yarn its hot bath, which it needs to set the twist. Generally, when you set the twist, it kind of shrinks a little bit. It fluffs up, but it also kind of shrinks. So I decided I would do the pattern with a needle size up to account for that shrinkage once I blocked it, because I'm trying to get this video out for you guys and I don't have the time to give the hot bath to this first. So that's going to be done later, and hopefully my plan works. And if it is a little bit looser, I'm okay with that, because as you guys know, I like my hats a little bit looser. So let's get knitting. Okay, so the hat is now done. Of the 4 ounces that I spun, this is what's left, which is 1.3 ounces. So I have 1.3 ounces left of this, and this is what I had left. I used probably about half of the alpaca I had. I started off with this one that had the chunkier bits, and then I had pulled this out to make sure I had enough, which was a little bit smoother, that I used as I went through the spinning wheel itself. So I still had about half of that left and 1.3 ounces left of the actual Zwartbles. And I finished the hat, and so I spent 12 hours yesterday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. working on this hat to get it done for you guys. And then after I had finished recording last night, I went and I gave the hat a hot bath so I could block it. And instead of getting smaller, it got bigger. So I laid it out to block all night, and it was, of course, still damp this morning, as I had figured it would be. And then I decided to experiment a little bit, and I threw it in the dryer for 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes, till I got it back down to the size it was when I finished knitting it, because I actually kind of liked it. Was a little bit looser, and I kind of liked it. So here is my finished hat. So hard to put this on when you're looking in the camera. Okay, so it's a little loose, and like I said, I actually kind of like that. And I can pull it, and if I want to, I could still try to shrink it a little bit more, but I can pull it down. I can pull it down against the back of my neck so it can stay warm there. It goes down over my ears. The part that's on my face is the alpaca, like I had planned. It's a little long, and that's because of the pattern I put in it, because I went through the pattern before decreasing. So it has that full pattern. So it does have that. I can kind of make it slouchy, but I actually, even though it's like really big looking, I really kind of like it, because I like that feel of the looser hats. Tight hats just start to bother me. They give me a headache, and they don't even have to be very tight for that to happen. So I really like it. I may try to shrink it just a little bit more, but I'm not sure I will. I might just leave it like that, because for me, it's really comfortable right now. So that is my finished hat. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm sure most of you probably will think it's way too big, but like I said, for me, it's perfect. I love it. It's a hat I might actually use. Most of my hats get set somewhere and not used. So that's my hat. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure and click like and subscribe. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.